Right, so what is a character arc? The character arc is the main character's growth or transformation during the story. That is pretty obvious. I think most of you will already know that. The character arc is the story's backbone. And this is why I say, even if you don't know the plot and the events that are going to happen to your characters, even if you don't know the detail of who your character is as a person, just knowing that character arc will give your story a backbone. It gives you a structure to work with. And we'll look at that in a little bit more detail shortly. Your character transformation should start on page 1, not on page 90. I see this particularly with beginner writers. They're so busy focusing in the early chapters on having an exciting incident and plot and what's happening to the characters and world building and all of this, that they don't actually sow those seeds for the character transformation. They don't actually introduce to the reader what it is that this character needs to change within themselves and what needs to be learned by the end of the story. This is really crucial that within chapter 1, you want to already be planting those seeds and giving the reader some kind of inclination of what the story is going to be about and where it's going. Your characters cannot be transformed magically or quickly. It must be a journey throughout the story. Remembering that your readers reading this story and taking this journey with you because they want to experience the journey. They don't just want a series of random events that are then magically fixed at the end. And because this is a journey and a transformation, it can't just happen quickly, and it can't be as a result of something that happens to the characters from outside of them. So, for example, if your story is just a series of events that happen to the characters all the way through, and then suddenly at the climax, the crisis point of the story, the character just suddenly changes their mind and becomes a different person, and voila, the story is resolved. The reader's going to feel very cheated by that. They want to see this character transform along the way. So it's very important to start it right up front at the beginning and see the gradual progress and the transformation through the story with a final resolution. And we're going to go into some steps on how to do that later. The other thing is it's very important that this is something that comes from within the characters and isn't something that just magically happens to them. They get given a magic sword and suddenly they can fight the final battle and it's all resolved happily ever after.